Hey, Marco, you ready for the totally awesome, coolest show ever?
It's me, Mario! Hey, what's going on, everybody? For those that don't know, those aren't planned. We just kind of make them up as we go, so I hope you enjoy it. I want to say hi to Astro. Astro, look, you're putting down a lot of great things. I know that people are excited about the tier list, the video game tier list. Do know this is 1986. There's so many good games. We had to get some bad ones in there, too, so we're going to do it year by year. This is going to last for a long time. It probably is going to last all year for how many of these are. I mean, for crying out loud. It was tough to make up the list, but I think we'll be able to kick some of that off. Hey, Tony, what's going on? It will be a fun list. We also are going to do the key, what is it called? The C list?
The C list.
We got the C list. Ruben, good to see you can make it from work. The C list this week's going to be featuring a couple weirder, more offbeat comics. You know, it's usually like, hey, if you can get these comics, they're out there for cheaper than they probably should be. We'll get into it. But hey, Pete, I know we were talking about it. I know we picked up some stuff, and we'll probably show that stuff off too. But I want to talk a little bit about kind of what was going on in the comic book store, because I found this kind of interesting today. You know, I'm not a huge like connecting variant fan. I always found that in the 90s, some of the 90s gimmicks, I'm all in on, right? Like I'm all in on like glow in the dark, scratch and sniff. You know what I mean? Throw little cards in a bag. I'm good. You know what I mean? But the connecting variants,
Connecting?
You know why? I've told the story before, kind of, but like the Jim Lee situation where it was like 80 covers, and we were at an auction down in like the meth halls of like West
9.
Kentucky. There was 9, yes,
or 8. Maybe it was 8.
There's just boxes. There's just so many boxes, but there was just that always kind of turned me off. Like it was kind of even like a cheesy gimmick. I never been huge into them. And then when they started redoing them, it's just so expensive now, like $5-6 a book. And a lot of times they do it on ones I couldn't figure out. And the Stormbreakers as a whole, because that's what we're going to talk about here. The Stormbreakers as a whole, I think.
This one.
Yeah, but this isn't the only one. They've done some of these before where they grab what they say the up and coming artists, which, I mean, there's a Momoka in there. I don't know how up and coming she is. Actually, all those artists aren't up and coming, but you know, it was like the Young Guns. Remember when they did the Young Guns thing like 6 years ago or 5 years ago? It's kind of the same type of scenario where they're not really up and coming. They've already had their comings, but you know, done a pretty good job. Could you put that back up? But this was the thing that I was surprised at. I thought, like, I ran in, and when people were like, they needed the Momoka, I obviously went to the Starfire Momoka, right? Like the. Here, I guess I have one right here I can show, for example. I went for this one to grab a couple copies for friends at the...
Oh, yeah, the Sunfire.
Yeah, the Sunfire, right? So that they would have it. Thinking, like, that's the Momoka. And no, they were talking, like, they said the Professor X, and I was like, well, that's not Momoka at all. And then it turned out...
It's Sync in the front. Sync. Yeah. Yeah,
that's the Momoka. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she just did the background character.
She did the background on it. So I thought that's all they were going after. And then they informed me, no, they would need all of them. And I was really surprised that people are paying, you know, whatever the heck, what is cover price on these? I couldn't even tell you what cover price is.
It's probably
$4.99, but $5.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's $20. And that's if they didn't get any other covers. And they still got the other covers. And I just find it amazing, man. I don't know if everybody else is experiencing that out there at their LCSs, but it wasn't just one or two guys, because the Robs, my two friends, the Robs, they're both named Rob. It's interesting because when you say Rob, they both say yes, and they're always hanging out together. So, hey, Rob. Anyways, but yeah, dude, they wanted it, and then right after them, it was like but it's been like this lately too. You know, there's a couple of hanger-ons now at the LCSs that just, what are you guys buying? So we're going to buy everything you guys are buying. It's like, but. You know,
I didn't get to go today. I've been under the weather this week, so I didn't get to go to the shop today. So I'm kind of jealous you got to go. I did talk to my buddy who owns a shop, and he told me some of the buzz around his store. So I got a little taste. But
what else was buzzing? Did you hear about anything else out there that was good?
Nah, he was asking about some of the Star Wars books. He's like, "What's the Star Wars book? There's a first appearance in something." But I figure we'll get to that when we do our Star Wars.
We'll probably cover that Star Wars. I'm not quite sure it's if you read the book, I'm not quite sure it's a first. It could be. You never know with the artist, but I kind of showed you the 2 pages and like, you know, whatever it is. But we'll go over that a little bit earlier. I do want to you got Astro. Feel free to tell us what you got today too. What you thought was kind of cool from the comic book store. We're always into feedback like that. And we do appreciate everybody that's giving us the feedback. Remember, this live show does have a lot of participation. I do want to show off 2 books that I had gotten the other week, and I want to explain why I picked these up. And actually, one of them, Jen is got me suckered into buying these things, and God bless her, but make sure you check it out. Nearing Nirvana and the Comic Book Women over there on Tales and their own channel. But of course, this one, the McFarlane, I think I can go to Arizona. If it says McFarlane on it, I swear every person like in Arizona overpays for McFarlane stuff. So I'm more than willing to sell. So I always pick up these McFarlane covers. It's number 27 with the turtles on it. But the thing that some people don't know is these Flaming Carrots have got cards in them. And this one right here, number 25. Right, 25. So we'll show this one off. Now I'll just open it up because it doesn't matter. This one's not in great shape. This one I got them both for $1. And this one which is probably like $4 at the most is what you should be paying for these. But inside you get some kind of like this has got the Predator card in it. You see? So there's a Predator card. And then they tell you who drew the Predator, and they give you like the stats on the back eye, or who was the first person to draw the character, or stuff like that. They're really cool. You see them in some of these Dark Horse comics. You saw them a lot in the preview magazine or the preview comics they used to have. They'd always have them laying around in there. So always check those, especially when you're going through dollar bins. And if you think like, hey, I'm not telling you if you're not into that, but if you're into those like little cards, they're really cool. Like there's a lot of people.
You can feel them too, basically. You kind of feel them through the book. Like if they're in there, it's sturdier down the middle. Like you can tell that there's something in there.
Yeah, you're right. You're very right. Yes. Yeah, I mean, thank you, Ruben. I think it's cool too. But like that's it too. Like there's a lot of people who are doing a lot of artists are doing those little card sketches nowadays that you can get a lot cheaper than having to do a full sketch. I know Nico from Low Grade Comics, the Facebook group Low Grade Comics has been around forever. He was one of the first people I know that was really big into getting those little sketch things and collecting those little cards, and I always thought it was kind of cool. And something fun too that hasn't become over. I think in the collecting world sometimes stuff gets a little bit pricey, maybe. You know what I mean? And it's still something fun that you can
everything
collect.
Is pricey.
You can collect and get your run without paying an arm and a leg. So that's just something out there that I like to hunt. Just people ask what I'm after, and that's what I am sometimes after. What did you get? Anything good? I heard you got a toy, maybe.
Yeah, well, I got some stuff that came in this week. My books for the week, my pops picked them up, but I didn't get them yet. I'm gonna have to go and meet up with him to get them. But I did get in the mail. I did get a little Riri.
Oh, nice.
Pre-order Riri. So Marvel Legends. I don't get a lot of these, but I thought this was kind of a cool one. Here,
what's the connecting piece?
I think it's a Sasquatch one. Oh, no, it's the bear.
Demon Bear?
Ursa Major, I guess, the Soviet bear that we might see in the Black Widow movie.
Okay, that's awesome.
And then another toy I got. My dad found me a Major Blood, so.
Dude, that's cool. That's so cool.
Dad dropping this off for me. He's like,
hey,
I found one.
So make sure you guys are looking at that. You and Ben are doing the G.I. Joe thing, right? The list. That's cool, man. I'm telling you, I've been doing the G.I. Joe thing for a long time too. Like, if you know the stories of Star Wars, there was that one where I capped like a whole run of Marvel all the way through half the Dark Horse run, and the guy that I buy a lot of comics with, the other half of that was the whole G.I. Joe run going through the DDP stuff. And I paid $100 for it, and the guy was like, "You overpaid for all this. I'm not in on it. You got it for yourself." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I got it for myself. It's fine," because he knew I'm a sucker for those things. So it's good to see that those are going through. So Astro says here that there's a book called Original Gods. I didn't see that.
Oh, is that the God Killer one?
Maybe. Nice House on the Left. We gotta figure. How do we figure this out? We figured out something out about how this will go on. Nocturnal, of course. Yeah, Granger. The Granger, of course, is one of those ones that I love. I mean, I like the storyline in that, and I like what they do with the covers. Like, they're doing those fun glowing. I just need the scratch and sniff nuclear one where you just start glowing after you scratch it. Okay. Castlevania variant, Pete. What was that?
Oh, I think it's if you're sharing here.
Hey, JJ. Hey, that's a nice. What is that? Robot Chicken? Han Solo, Boba Fett. Cool. Cool. And Astro found a Zartan at Target. That's nice.
Yeah.
There's more and more stuff piking up at.
I think JJ's talking about this that I put next to
me. There's more and more stuff showing. What'd you put next to you? Let's see what the Pete's got on there.
This was my Castlevania homage. This is The Realm #1.
Did you ever read The Realm?
Yeah. I started it. I didn't finish it.
I got
read,
like
the first
8 or
arc.
9 into it. It was okay.
Yeah, I didn't even get 8 or 9. I think I got like 5 or 6, and then it just built up, and I have them all. I just
That was when Image was doing the double homage covers to everything. Remember that? Or whatever it was. Yeah. They're doing like.
Well, this was a store variant. This was a UK store. I had to order this from.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I just got it mailed over, and then I submitted it. I was like, it looks pretty good. I'm going to sub it, and yeah, got a 9.8. So
Blacksmithy. All right, Blacksmithy. We'll see. Yeah, Target seems to be restocking a lot. You know, I just went into the. I was over at Barnes and Nobles too because I have to power read a book over the next night and a day. Because there's a new Star Wars novel that I haven't gotten to yet. While you all are catching up listening to it, and
they got cards now, right?
Yeah. They do. Behind the thing, they've got.
That's what I hear. I haven't been to one.
They actually had. You know what I saw? I haven't seen in a while. They had for the Pokemon or Pokemon. If you're me, you pronounce it Pokemon. They had the which one was it? Not a Blaze, but the one before Blaze. Vintage Voltage. So it's kind of cool. They definitely had some cool stuff there. All right, let's get into it though. Let's get into the tier list. Let's see what we've got. That's what the people came for. They want to rank some of these. They want to see how wrong Pete will be this week and how right I will be, as usual. All right, cool. Well, thank you everybody for being here. I saw JJ showed up and Sticks did too. So let's get into it. Let's see what we got here. This is going to be a little bit of a tough one. I actually had to go back and watch some of the video play for some of these because some of these I actually hadn't had before. But in your list, I think we picked 10 apiece. I picked the easy ones because I went first because you were 6, so I took advantage of that.
Yeah. And then I had to fill out the list so they wouldn't be all bangers. And I'm like, I got to pick some oddball things in here.
Yeah, I was like, I have to pick bangers, like, because there's just too many. So 86, kind of like the first year of release, there was a little bit difference between the Japanese and the U.S. release at the time. Yes, some kind of overlapped because the end of the year and the beginning of the year. Actually, something we're probably going to get into later on with the comics too. But let's get into it. I have to pull this, don't I? This is me now.
Oh, I can do it. It doesn't matter. Same difference.
No, it's fine. I'll do it.
These are in alphabetical order. If you go in the slide order, they're alphabetical. Okay. It actually breaks up some of the bigger titles.
Okay, so Hudson's Adventure Island. Okay, so I do. I do. See, the problem with some of these are a lot of the play and a lot of the structure building for these 8-bits were like similar. So it's like a bootleg Super Mario Brothers. That's what this is. This was like a bootleg Super Mario Brothers, where like you had these money things, and then you could do all these other skateboard things.
But it looks like a precursor to Mario, in that he's riding that dinosaur. Before Mario hopped on Yoshi, you know, this cat was jumping on this dinosaur thing. So
yeah. So it kind of there's a lot of OP stuff in here too. Like instead of a star, I think you got a fairy, and you could just run stuff over. A little bit of jumping. It was very similar to it, but since I love Mario Brothers so much, I almost consider it a knockoff, which it isn't. We shouldn't. However, I would probably put it in the C category because the play isn't exactly fun.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that because, like I said, I don't really remember this one all that well. And I basically played almost everything, at least for a little bit. Like, I would rent games, play them for a week, and then, you know, if they weren't good, I just brought them back.
So Arachnoid for Nintendo.
Yeah, well, this looks like that. What was that? I can't remember the old Atari game.
It was. It's exactly what it was. It's exactly the same thing.
I can't think of the title of it though.
Mm-hmm. Ball Breaker or whatever.
Something like that.
Something like that. Who's got it? Anyways, I'm gonna put that because it's a knockoff and it wasn't that great on the because you didn't have that spin feeling. You know what I mean? Like when you played the spin, when you played it, you should get the spin feeling. I've actually got this in the low end, the C to TN, because like I just didn't think like I think it would if I got this for Christmas, I would be like Nintendo sucks.
It's a filler game. It's one of the things you just play on your phone. This is a phone type game.
Yeah, phone game. Put it in the trash can. I think we can throw that in the trash can.
Trash? You think?
Trash.
Yeah. Poor Arkanoid.
Yeah, I mean Arkanoid's just bad. Adventure Island was.
I can't think of what that game was called.
Adventure Island was called Wonder Boy in the arcade. There you go, JJ. Very good. Mm-hmm.
Also,
and it was dumb.
If you comment in the live stream, you're getting a bonus entry into the giveaway this week, just so you remember.
Hey, oh yeah, there is a giveaway. We forgot to mention the giveaway, but there's a giveaway. Hey, JJ, let me ask you a question about. So we should put Adventure Island into the trash. Okay, good. Because could you ride a skateboard in that one too? Put Island in the trash also. I'm down with it.
All right, we're trashing them both, huh? All right.
Yeah.
Starting off rough.
Yeah. Well, it's alphabetical
okay.
order.
We got some good ones in here. I'm not too worried.
I actually have got Bubble Bobble as a maybe an A tier, B at worst. I mean, I don't know how you feel about this one, but it was a very enjoyable game. Yeah,
I was solid B with this one. I mean, you could push me to A on this one, but
okay, this is why I will. It's good enough for little kids to play. Like when we were younger, it was just challenging enough, but it wasn't too hard and it wasn't too boring. And you got to play against super. It was one of the first ones where there wasn't like a screaming complaint like "Give me the controller" because there's 2-player in it. It worked out pretty well. One of the first ones where you could play 2-player at the same time, pretty much, which is a big perk in '86 because a lot of them were turn-based 2-player. You know what I mean? And this one you could actually play a little 2-player together. So, could you play 2-player together? I might have been wrong on that. Maybe it was turn-based. Either way, I just remember it not causing me fights and actually being pretty cool and bubbling up.
Yeah.
So I have it in the B here. B-A? Yeah, I got A too. So there's B, B, B. All right, B.
Like I said, it was a solid B for me, but if you guys
I had an A, but the chat's got it in the B, so we're going to put it in the B.
We'll stick with B for now. It can get bumped.
Marvel, yeah, no Marvel Madness. Okay. All right. Marvel Madness.
Frustrating.
Yeah. Oh, I think we're going S tier. The next one.
Oh, if it is what's next, yeah.
S tier. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit harder, but not too hard to get through the basic things. They gave you enough health in this game. You know, you had enough death points. You could go pretty far. It played pretty well. It was exciting. The music was great. To be honest, the graphics were dark and pretty cool. I don't think anybody is going to argue S tier on this.
Yeah, no, this you'd have to fight me on this one.
I think Excitebike Astro is in 88, so it won't be on this one.
Which one?
Excitebike.
Oh, Excitebike. Actually, Excitebike might have been before this. I don't know.
Castlevania's S all day. We got a lot of S's.
We might have to create a new category when we get to the next one because we get to Simon's Quest. We might need an S++ category. Because I love the first Castlevania, but the sequel, Simon's Quest.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, love that one.
Really? I like them both. Either way.
Oh, I like them both, but there's something about that second one really just resonated.
Dragon Power is the bootleg version of Link Legend of Zelda. So I have it either C or T, dude. I mean, it was really bad. It's either C or T.
I'm not down with this one.
It's only 86, JJ.
Yep, just doing 86. I know some of them might, like you said, carry over.
20 out of 86. Yep, 20 out of 86.
But yeah, no, I'm at best this is C, but I would not argue trash.
Trash. It was bad. I mean, it really was. It was. I mean, I think part of the problems with the two is you saw what the good versions of these games turned out to be and looked like.
Yeah, exactly.
This I don't know what you're going to feel about this, but I'm a big fan. Final Fantasy was the game on Nintendo. I probably played one that's like right up there. It's top 3 easy. Most amount of time, it might be number 1. I probably spent the most time on Final Fantasy, and this was the precursor to Final Fantasy, pretty much. Played a lot like it. I wouldn't say it was as good as Final Fantasy, but I think because of playing this game like twice, it's what got me when they explained what Final Fantasy was. They're like, no, it's just like Dragon War. And I was like, oh, dude, game over. And I sat on it and just played. I got yelled at. Yeah. No.
Hey, you said you don't know where I'm going with it. That's where I'm going with that.
You have it in S tier?
I think I love Dragon Warrior. Because, like you said, this is the game I played a lot. Like, I remember going through like those Nintendo Powers, looking for maps and the things you could find to help you get through the game because I just couldn't get through it. I played Dragon Warrior a lot.
See, mine is, this is how it went. It went Final Fantasy, it went Link, or Legend of Zelda, and then probably, I don't know what the third would be. A combination of one of the sport games like Tecmo Bowl / just because we used to fight Tecmo Bowl.
Oh, yeah, Tecmo Bowl. I played that. All 4 plays that you would run.
Tecmo Bowl, Mario Brothers, and I played, but that wasn't one of my favorite games. I don't know.
Dragon Warrior, that one was it for me. Even more, I played that more than I played Zelda.
If you could get I'll put it in A, but if you could get an S Dragon Warrior, big surprise. JJ likes Dragon Warrior. I'm not surprised at that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll give it to an S because you got Ultimate. It reminds me of Ultimate. Cool. Sorry, guys, I'm reading your things. Don't bend. I won't. Pete gets it. Look, I had it. Yeah, Dragon Warrior is a high A. Yeah, for me too. I agree.
But he continues.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there you go. I mean, I don't know, dude. It's broken between me and Tony, but so let's get one more. We'll put it in S right now, but if somebody else gives it an A, it's moving down to an A. If not, it's going to stay in S too.
No, it's S.
What? No, me and Tony are an A, and you and JJ are an S.
No, Tony's a high A.
I'm a high A too, but I'm not an S. Astro's got it in the trash can, so
well, we got an S plus from JJ, so that helps push it over a little bit extra. We'll move on to the next one. If somebody wants to try to drag it down, they can try to drag it down.
That, yeah, not good. Not good.
But you got to give it a little credit as a precursor.
To what? Contra?
Contra. Like, it seems like it's a Contra template. It's not quite there.
It was. I think Island Boys got more in common with Contra than that. The only thing that this has in common with Contra was that it had two guys running around. I think it was more like double. Yeah, I don't know, man. See, I mean, we might be able to trash it, but like, it wasn't good.
No, I agree. It wasn't good. I would be a C is the highest I could put that thing.
That's Contra's probably is in the top 3 of games I play all the time. Actually.
Contra and Super.
I got a bunch of brothers, so yeah, Super. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Super Contra's. That's a favorite.
All right, so we got it in the C tier because we need to put something in the C tier.
Just again, and also it's like I said, it's a precursor. You can tell it's a testing ground. They're building.
This actually, I would actually argue that this was more, just because of how some of the maps played, was more a testament to both, like a Contra based. It also had a little bit of Castlevania in it, and then it had a little bit of Mario in it. Combination of the 3. Not a bad game. Not my favorite, I would say.
I was curious about your take on Icarus.
Yeah, I mean, it had some good points to it. It had some points to it.
Unfortunately, this one's not in 86.
I know, not in 86.
That's another favorite.
Astro's coming with all the great games that aren't in 86. We should have Astro on for the Astro tier, which is, that's 2 years because he actually has gone over 3 years. I think he's gone all the way up to 88 with some of his games at this point.
No, the Turtle one is 89.
Was it 89? Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would put it in the B range too. I'm not in love with the game, but I'm
there too. I didn't have that affinity like some. I remember some other kids like having like, oh, the Icarus. I'm like,
his name's Pit. Damn it, Pit. Okay. Don't spit on me with your Funyun breath, bro. All right, there you go.
I'm good with a B.
Cool, B. All right. I hear myself. S plus.
Yeah,
hard as heck, by the way.
Oh, it's impossible. I don't even think I ever actually finished it. No. Even with the Game Genie cheat codes and
all the Nintendo Power things, and then all the bootleg neighborhood cheat codes and everything else. Yes. Would you have an S or would you have an A because it was so hard?
I guess I still have an S because as hard as it was, I kept trying. I kept playing it. Like I never.
It wasn't bored with it.
Yeah, I kept going.
Got bored. All right, put him in S. We don't have anything in A right now.
It's gonna be tough. I don't know if we will.
Why did you even put this?
We had to spread things out. Otherwise, I'd be putting weird odd track and field games and other knockoffs. What was there?
I think we have to move my island back up to C because the trash can is going to be overflowing at a certain point.
It might be.
I think Millens has to be in the Icarus is C. B is cool. S plus. We got a couple of B's and C's for Icarus. Yeah.
Well, I'm comfortable with it in B.
Yeah, I am too. A for Metroid. C. They got C. You have C. Yeah, you're not trash can. Okay. We'll
Breakout. I think Breakout is what
Breakout
Arkanoid
is. You are
reminds me
right.
of.
It is 100% Breakout. You're right.
That's what it reminds me of. So I could take that out of the trash can and give that a C if you want to take something out of
No,
the trash.
no, no, no. Put it in C. Put this got a C vote. I would not put in C, but put Million in C because it's garbage. But
I know Arkanoid is not the same as Breakout. I just remember back
no, I know.
years ago, me and my roommate, we used to play the Breakout on the plug and play, plug into the TV, the Atari stick, and we would leave the high score on the fridge. Like, what was your high score? You'd write it on the fridge, and we would leave. And you come home from work, and you see what the other guy's score was, be like, damn it! So I know what I got to go beat. Honor system based.
Yeah, right. Ninja Kid, not a game I ever played. To be honest with you.
Yeah. From what I remember of it, it was like again, I don't want to say knockoff because I don't remember when things come first, but reminds me a little bit of Ghouls and Ghosts, but just similar, jumping around, side scroller, nothing too.
We can easily put it in the C. Nobody's excited about this book, but nobody hates it. It's not too of a rip off. I think we can easily put it into the C. Ninja Kid. It's got a sweet name-ish for the 80s, 86. Pro wrestling. I know you're not going to like this one, but Starman, I love this. I played this a lot. Just like the characters too, like you had Starman, which then I also had Muscles.
Oh yes, they did have the Muscles game, but I think it was actually 85. I think it was the year before Muscles. Muscles was actually an early Nintendo game.
Yeah. So I have this probably in the B tier at least. I don't know what everybody else thinks about it. There's a couple sweet moves. The moves were actually pretty good. Hey, okay, good. Hey,
a couple of A's.
Okay, I thought I was good. Okay, put it in A.
When I was looking up images for this, I remember somebody out there had put like they were one for one the characters. Like the one guy is like, oh, that's Ric Flair. That's the anagram for
No, there is
maybe.
Yeah. No, so like it's you got Anvil Neidhart. You had like the Amazon was oh man, I used to know this. You're right, it is. That's pretty cool. They do have a lot of other things that were back and forth. So A tier is good. I'll take the A tier.
I'll take it. What argue it?
What the heck was that guy's name?
What? If it's not Jim the Anvil, then Brett.
No. It wasn't one of the Hart brothers. It was somebody else. It's all right.
Iron Sheik, Nikolai Goldwell.
Definitely not Iron Sheik. RBI baseball, an easy game, not bad. I like playing it. You'd always try to throw to the cutoff and always try to steal in this game, right? Everybody tried to steal second base.
Yeah.
Did anybody not try to steal second base? Who didn't try to steal second base? Animal. Yes, Animal. George the Animal Steele. That was one of the guys. The other guy was not Neidhart, but as soon as the show's over, I'll remember. I'll be like, Pete, that's who I was thinking of. Anyways, so I think RBI's got to be at least a B. It starts a lot of fights because everybody tries to steal all the time. Yeah, steal it, baby. That's right. Everybody did. It was critical. Do you think it's A? You think it's A?
Only because I think a lot of people, and I'm giving this for others. Like, I'm thinking A for other people because I didn't have a huge affinity for baseball. I was more the Tecmo Bowl guy, so I didn't play RBI, but I get it. It did lay the groundwork for a lot of...
No, it's definitely a B. So this is why it's a B. Because hitting it was hard. This is the whole game, Pete, was this. Bunt, steal. Bunt, steal. Bunt, steal, and try to make your way around. And hopefully the other guy throws it away. So I think that's definitely a B. I've been stealing second base since high school. Look at it. Comics are fun. There you go, Stick Boy. All right. Next up, we have... I thought you were supposed to be the one with the throw problem, and my voice.
Oh, wait. I missed this one.
What?
That one you just threw up.
Yeah. This shouldn't be S tier, but nostalgia for this game is S tier for me because I remember competing against a friend all the time with this, and it was like eat the stuff out of it. It's a very simple game. There's not much to it. It is. I don't know.
That's why this was the one that I had felt was the only solid A out of the group for me. Because we have, apart from the ones we already have in S, in my mind, I already had those in S, and I got one more that we have on our list in S, and this was the one I was solid. This is an A. It's not quite the same level as the other four, which is why I would only say it was an A.
Yeah, I think we got a combination of some S++s here.
Yeah,
And,
I get it. I mean, I get it.
I
For
mean,
other people, they might have that.
I think Rampage is another classic A for me. We've got 2 S pluses. I'm kind of at the S with it. Let's throw it in the S for right now. Let's throw the S right now and let's see what happens. Maybe we'll pull it down.
I'm not saying not to. It's just when I put it up
I have
against
to agree with. I have to agree with. I have to agree with this is a garbage game. This one actually reminds me a lot of Contra. This one right here does.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah.
Shorter thing, but a lot like Contra. I don't think it could get out of C. I could take a vote for D or F.
Yeah, no, I wasn't a Rygar fan.
C trash anyway, or put it and leave it there. He says that Rampage doesn't get out of S. Put it in the. Yeah, put it in the. No, you know what? Put it in C and move Ninja Kid to trash. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. I'll let that go.
I won't argue that.
Yeah, I won't argue that. Good, but there were too many characters there. They had too many turtle guys come at you. Like it was like 3 turtle guys at a time. You only had that one thing, the shield flamey thing. It was stupid. Whatever. Trying to be nice. It's junking. We should
5 left.
Trash. All right. Oh, good Lord. I'm not gonna comment on this one.
It's
bad.
A game. It's a game.
All right, yeah, we moved range. It's good. Astro says it's good. They moved Ninja Kid down.
Yeah, I was an Installment's key fan.
No, garbage. Put in garbage.
It just wasn't really. I don't know.
JJ,
not exciting.
Maybe we should have JJ on here so I can ridicule him. JJ,
I felt like I was wasting time while wasting time playing it. Oh,
Solomon's Key, yeah, it was.
I felt like I was using my time poorly. Like you could be doing other things.
Yeah, you probably could. I played it once and that was about as much. It wasn't fun. It was not fun.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was
like
awful either. It was just
a chore. It was a chore. Would you agree? It was a chore.
Yeah.
Games are supposed to be fun, not chores. JJ, get out of here. Stop being a grumpy old man. Look, you guys always criticize me.
That's why I said A. Is that same rationale is why I was thinking A.
By the way, just because I was on vacation doesn't mean I didn't replay watch the Star Wars show. By the way, thank you for everybody on Rennavision and everybody that watches it over on Tales. Doesn't mean I didn't watch the live chat for the replay on that, JJ. We're gonna have a little talking to this week about what we say while that around. All right. All right.
Man, I slept through our live chat. I was gonna join, and I'm like,
no, it's all right. Jedi and JJ were on there solo, just making stuff up left and right. Okay. So, the Rock movie. Get out of here with the Rock movie, JJ.
What's wrong with the Rock?
When the Rock did Rampage and it really wasn't Rampage.
Oh, that movie with the Rock.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the Rock with Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery, the Rock.
Mm-mm.
But both were equally.
So Stadium first was this game was so hard. Just so hard.
This wasn't the Power Pad one. Oh, it is the Power Pad.
Yes, it is. It is. And you couldn't ever make the hurdles. You would just constantly try to jump all the time, like up and down and up and down. And I had a friend who had the game and the Power Pad, and he had it upstairs. He's like one of those kids that had like a TV in his room.
Oh.
And I was like, holy moly. And he had all the things. He had all the games.
That was me. I was that kid.
So we would play this, and then his parents would be yelling at us. And he was a big boy. Like, he probably should have played the Power Pad more often, if you know what I mean. But I guess his parents were yelling at him to, like, whatever. It was like one game I knew every time. If we would play where you could choose a game, and then whoever won that game would get to choose the next game.
Mm.
So whenever I was in a slump, and after 2 wins, the other person got to choose any game. So after I was in a 2-game slump, I call it, I call that game, and then get to play something else after.
Well, the trick is you can't run. You don't run. You got to just use your hands. You get on your hands and knees.
No, get out of here. No. This is it. I would used to get on the top of my toes and just really fastly back. Jump. Yep. So that's how that would work. It's a terrible game. It's absolutely horrible. It only promotes cheating. C maybe at best. I don't even know if we should put in C. What is it?
Yeah, I could go either for those very same reasons. Like, I'd only say C just for the simple nostalgia sake that people know. Plus, isn't this one of those like super expensive games if you can get it boxed. Is that one of the ones?
It is. It actually is. Yeah, because the Olympics one was the one that came after that, which is just terribly too. But if you can get, this is a very pricey game.
Yeah, like if you actually find it.
Trash. We got some trash. C.
I don't got those C's though.
I
saw a pair of C's under trash. Oh, two trash.
Kyle's trashing it. Throw it in the garbage. It can be as expensive as you want it to be. Throw it in the trash. There you go.
All right.
Trash game.
We're gonna have my variant argument here.
What's that?
My Moon Knight Sienkiewicz cover.
Yeah, because it's expensive. It shouldn't be in the trash. That doesn't mean anything to me. All right.
We got another C though. We're balancing out.
Yeah. It also, he's right. It also isn't fun by yourself. That's a very valid point.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to click on too. That is a fair point. Fair point.
Rare say it is. JJ, it can be one of the rare say. It can still be garbage. All right. Super Pitfall. Boop, 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 boop. I know people love this game. I'm not on
Here's
that.
my problem. I'll give you my problem. I loved Pitfall on the Atari. I didn't love this version of it when it came to NES. Something about the heart of it wasn't the same to me. Like, I don't know.
The guy was a lot bigger.
It just wasn't the same. I don't know, something different. Maybe they added a little extra and it wasn't the same.
Oh, he loved it, so we can't trash it. Okay.
I'm not saying to trash it. I'm just saying I would have thought this would have been a game that I would have loved, but it just wasn't the same as regular Pitfall.
The snake pits weren't the best anymore with the little snakes that were all the same. It looked like digital 2-bits.
I'm a BC for this guy right here. Otherwise, if we were talking
argue it. Pitfall, but Super Pitfall, it was better, jacked up the gameplay. Yep, rough. Yeah, I agree with everything JJ said on that. I agree. I think that's what you're saying too, Pete. So I don't know. I mean, I agree, Pete. Okay, put it in the C. We'll put it in the C. Astro was so pumped that Astro. We're sorry, bro. Like Astro was so jacked, just so jacked about this. We didn't give him any games, no games he wanted to see, and then the one game he's like, "No, that's actually a pretty good game." We're like, "We'll save it from the trash at this point."
Yeah, he loved it, but
we love you, Astro. But yeah, I think we're on that point. Okay.
Even Ruben gave it a B.
Ruben gave it a B? What is going on with these guys, man? Okay.
I said I consider a B and BC kind of like range.
If Astro says B because we gave the nostalgic bump here to Rampage, I guess. Or I mean, I don't actually know if pro wrestling.
See, I'm kind of with Sticks. This is kind of how I felt like with the Atari one.
I agree. I thought I was gonna get some kickback because I thought I was the only one. I just remember when Super Pitfall came out, like kids were hyping it up, and I was like,
I love the regular Pitfall. Like this is gonna be awesome. It's Super Pitfall.
I agree, and I thought it was just not. I didn't find it.
And I think that's what kind of hurt it. Maybe the expectations. It just didn't meet those.
Okay. Well, I agree.
They were looking for that ET game, and it just didn't hit for them.
That ET game that everybody threw away. All right, all right, put in the B. They both gave it to him. You can give it. We'll give him a little nostalgia here.
Yeah, I can. We're not overly.
Oh my God! What a terrible game. Is the trash bin full yet? Is the trash bin full yet? Because volleyball is like everything that the ice hockey game, right?
Just regular ice hockey?
Ice hockey, yeah, with fat, skinny, medium guy. Remember ice hockey with fat, skinny, medium? Everything that's great about that, the opposite is true about volleyball. The complete opposite is true about volleyball. Just a garbage of a game. That's all I can say about that game, so that's all I'm going to say about it.
Kyle's going to steal our segment.
I think I actually have a tier list segment for MCM, Kyle, that I think we can use over there. I think we can do it. So, yeah, trash volleyball. Nobody played it once Super Spike B-ball came out. Sure, fair enough.
It's all right. You guys can steal our segment. Just make sure to bring me on one of these days for your segment.
We will. Do you know it's a crazy show, bro? It's like you gotta get jacked up just to go on there. I do a workout before that. It's late too for us East Coasters. I pound 3 Red Bulls, and then I just make McClay as angry as possible because he doesn't understand a word I'm saying.
Let's switch to bourbon then, so I'm not so much liquid going on.
I drink bourbon too. I mix my bourbon with my Red Bulls, so yeah, it goes down fast. Volleyball was trash. Check out MCM.
Does that trash pick bump anybody up? Anybody got a call to bring up Adventure Island, Arkanoid, Dragon Power, Ninja
already moved to Adventure Island,
or Stadium events?
I think we're moving. I think we're moving more people down. Oh, stop, JJ. We all know where it's going. Let us a little bit of building up.
I had to play with the alphabet to put it there, and just ignore the fact that it's called The Legend of. That's why I put it at the end.
And you get your sword. Everybody goes for the sword right off the bat. All right. No discussion needed. It is A tier. We've got A tier. We're just gonna say Zelda.
Yeah, we're just gonna call it Zelda. Everybody calls it Zelda. So
includes a character named Link in it, just so you know.
No, it's Zelda. So we're putting it in A. That's where
who's
we're putting
Zelda?
it in A, right?
No. Yep. No. Yeah. A. Yes. A. No. We just lost all 10 viewers. Hey, make sure you give it a thumbs up there real quickly. Yeah, Solo. We almost put Rengar in the trash can. It's so bad game. It just got saved because our trash can was full of real junk.
Yeah. Once you started comparing it to the trash that was around, it's like, well, it's not this bad.
I think I only put 2. This is how bad, guys. Listen to how this is. So the rule was that we each get to pick 10 books. How many books are in the trash? 8, 3, 6, 7.
Oh, there's 7. There's 7.
I think I only picked 1 of the 7 books in the trash. And actually, if you combined them, no, I picked 2 between C and trash. I only implemented 2, so I got to steal all the good ones.
I did that again, going off the fact that I knew I personally had at least.
I know.
I knew I had 4 S's right off the bat.
All S tier. I picked every S tier. I took the A tier.
And I knew you guys, and I didn't know you guys were definitely going to go Rampage S. Like I said, Rampage was my lone A.
For confusion, Sacred Jedi Texas put it in there for confusion.
Yeah, I think we might need a Gen category going forward for some of these. When we do video games, we might need the S++.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, we could get rid of C. We didn't really need a C. It could be like trash, A, S, and S++. I mean, if you were to superior, I would. There's only 2 games in this that I put in the S++ category. To be honest with you. Can you get which 2 those are going to be?
Probably, and they're probably not the 2 that I pick.
Mm-hmm. If we had an S++ tier, what would you put in the S++ tier? You go with your first one out.
My own personal picks.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
My own personal how my nostalgia. Like I said, I think I know what your 2 are.
Okay.
I don't think they're my 2.
Go ahead. Guess what my 2 are. Go ahead.
Your 2, I think you would have put Zelda in the S++.
Yes, I would put Zelda in S++.
But as I said when we were going through it, for me, I played Dragon Warrior more, so Dragon Warrior would have been my S++.
Okay, and did you have another second S++ out of this?
Yes,
or no?
I did.
And would it be Metroid?
No, that's what I think yours is.
No, it's not.
Oh. Then I guess we have the same one. Mine would have been
Castlevania. Yeah, it's Castlevania.
Yeah, I love Castlevania.
I did too. Yeah, Castlevania is an S++. I mean, even when people talk about the second one, I actually like the first one better for some reason.
I don't know, just something. But the second one, I think they just added a little bit extra that made it.
They did. I know they did. But I just
like to it. Like, hey, I gotta kind of find this.
I think as little 8 or 10-year-old Marco, I was still like nostalgia. I guess I had nostalgia as the 10-year-old. Was like, yeah, it is, but it's not as good as the original. I mean that type of thing. But
you didn't like I forget which Belmont was in the first one. It wasn't because Simon Belmont. Simon's Quest was Simon Belmont, so I don't remember who was in the first one.
JJ went overboard. We knew JJ. We know what you put in there because you said Rampage wasn't even A. So
Rampage was a solid A. Like, Rampage, still was a solid A for me.
He didn't put Castlevania. Shame on you, sir. Shame. No, I think we'll leave it. Let's just leave this the way it is. I think pro wrestling compared to pro wrestling was really all pro wrestling was. Can you grab the guy after you throw him off the ropes and get him into the lock to pick him up and body slam him? Right, that's the gist of that game. I mean, it's one step up from RBI. I think the Bubble Bobble might be a little bit low ranked. What's going on? Catchy Films. I think that might be a little bit low ranked. That could go into the A tier if anything.
I think we need confirmation though whether 2 players can play at once. I can't remember now that when you said it.
I can't remember now either if it's back and forth or if it was 2 players. Either way, good game. All right. Hey, listen, we've I think that's it, right, for this.
Yeah, I
Let's
think
get
so.
into
I
the
think
C
we've
list.
covered enough with this one.
Okay, let's
There's
get
a lot of other great. Again, Astro listed a whole crap load of games that are still out there for us to cover,
and we will get to it next week. I think we're going to run back to the animated series for X-Men titles. So maybe we should have had those already set up, but we'll let you know maybe on IG of what those are going to be. And then we have to then we'll do Nintendo. And then don't we have?
We've got to do a Genesis one in here somewhere.
Oh yeah, let's do Genesis next. Well, Genesis came out in '89, right? 80.
When did that come out? It was weird how it was staggered because Nintendo obviously came first, then Genesis came a little bit later, and then Super Nintendo came, and then what was the special Sega? I was always a Nintendo kid, so I didn't have the Sega games. My neighbor had the Sega games. I had to go next door.
Wasn't that Blades of Steel? There, you made him bleed. Blades of Steel, not Ice Hockey '89.
Yeah, I think it was Blades of Steel with the fighting.
Yeah,
or
fight. I don't know.
Oh, with the head bleed. That was in Swingers. I can't remember what game that one. It's not so much I'm good. It's Ronik's good.
Mm-hmm. Either way.
But yeah, Blades of Steel had the fighting.
Blades of Steel, the fighting, the hockey. Yeah. You get to the punch. All right. So that's what we have up.
Master System. Make sure I snap. I'll take a screenshot of it and put that up on the IG tomorrow or whatever.
Okay, we can do that. Blades of Steel. Yeah, I remember Blades of Steel. All right, let's do then. Up next, we have got. I hope a section that people like. I can't find out where I think it's here. So we're gonna do a little bit of comic talk. Hopefully everybody enjoys comics too. You know, you never know if they do or they don't.
But don't worry, we're still.
Can we see this? Can we see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, Super Metroid.
Yeah, we got it.
Perfect. So here we go. The first one we're going to be talking about. Everybody, should we talk? Nope. These are not C-list books. These are all big books. You know, I mean, you got the previews and you got the Mario Brothers 1 and Zelda. Those are already been covered. What we're going to cover is the series Captain and the Game Master, because I mean, hey, nothing says comics like a comic book TV show about video games, about a character that didn't show up in the games, but somehow has got the gun and everything else. Now, for a lot of people, this was also very groundbreaking because they revealed that Samus was a woman in number 1. She took off her helmet, and she became a love interest for Captain N.
For all of us that never got to be able to finish the actual Metroid game to find that out, because we were still struggling along our way, this was groundbreaking.
This is where I think a lot of people got it from, because they didn't actually, there's no interwebs. It was really interesting, though. They do a lot of different storylines in this broken up, and they'd have different artists do different examples. They had the Mother Brain. She was terrible looking in here. They would have like King Hippo and like the Eggplant guy, and they had a bunch of other baddies. You got the one thing that was weird about this was you couldn't use. So like in the TV show, they had like the Capcom characters, like the blue guy, this guy,
blue guy,
Mega Man.
Oh,
couldn't use Mega Man and stuff, so they had to get rid of him. Captain Masters 2, as you can see, that's where they broke through. They had a lot of the villains in there. 3 is very interesting. So all these books are I mean, like some of them, you can get them in different ranges. You can get them anywhere from $5 to like $50, depending on condition too. But in this one, 3 is pretty pricey. 1 and 3 probably are the priciest of the series.
What's up with 3?
3 is the Joe Q. It's Joe Q's first art. Video Town, really? Video Town, which I like collecting art. I like artists first like that. Like Jim Lee's Samurai Santa type deals. And it's only 1 page, by the way. So like, because they have all these different storylines. Like you get 4 or 5 storylines throughout this. Then in number 4, you go back to no Q art, but you've got the evil Captain N, which was like a clone. So they're doing one of those things. Then you get like this makeout session in 5 with what's her name's the chick from Metroid. Samus? Yeah, Samus. And in the bad version of him, because he's still got it. I like the cover too, where he's got like the controller from the Duck Hunter gun. The other guys had like a little pimp style sitting on that throne, just kind of. Well, yeah, because he's got like the bad attitude, and they play her in this one as like a chick that's kind of like got a bad attitude. and she goes back and forth and does a bunch of different stuff. Anyways, pretty cool to get books. There is in the back of 5. There's a preview for 6, and it says that 6 is coming, and actually Mega Man is coming to the number 6. But as you know, because I've already told you, there's no Mega Man in this series, and there was actually no 6. They never actually came out with Captain N and the Game Master 6. Now, there's a lot of places, a lot of sites that says there is a 6, but no, it was just based off the preview on the back of 5 and the letter section. There isn't a 6. Now, these are interesting. You have a question?
Oh, no. I just go good. Yeah, with the preview showing a book that never actually arrived.
Yeah, so it's in the back that is never in the book. Speaking of in previews, you actually see the book on the left with a white cover. That was in that yellow preview that everybody loves. It's actually pretty expensive, so we didn't cover that. But it's an interesting book. We had filled out these slides a couple days ago, and it just so happened that a friend of the show and a friend of Pete's, a guy by the name of Topher, came out with an article today, and Pete let me know about it a couple hours ago how he brought up this. It's a trade paperback. He brought this up and said, it's got a collective of stories, and it does. Both of these do. This is number 1 and number 2, and there was actually a yellow one for $4.99, 2 of number 1. But it's a collection of stories. It has the ISSN number on the back, and we'll show you it later. And we'll kind of go through what's kind of in it. And it's a collection, even in the description from Valiant, from the original solicitation, it's a collection of the stories. Some of them had already been shown on a stage before in big panels that they reduced down. Other times they were books that had come out in the same month. But one book actually had come out before, and some of the panels had already been in the preview. For the preview, one of the stories actually had this.
This book was kind of a preview, like trade in and of itself.
Yeah, or magazine. They actually refer to it. Yeah. They called it later on a trade, but when it originally came out, they actually called it a magazine. It's got a harder comic shell to it, but there's actually a little bit more interesting story to how this book first came out.
Because it's $10 too. It's not cheap.
Well, one was $10. This is actually not the first printing of this. The first printing of this doesn't have a price on it, gotcha. And I'll tell you why in a minute. And the other one came out a couple of months. Like this came out like within months of each other with the $2.99, the $1.99. Inside though, you do get this, and you can call it what you want, a cameo, or you can call it whatever it is. But this is on the inside of it, and you do get to see
preview, first image.
Because it was just like 2 pages of the Videoland book or storyline. But it's got Samus in there, and she is supposedly she's on this TV screen in the background. There is another one where there's a portion of her down at the bottom, because these are the 2 pages. This is as you can see, the arc. This was taken today out of this trade paperback or / magazine, and there it is. So you guys can decide for yourself. It's worth getting. I mean, they go for $50 or under, depending on condition. It's very hard because of the black, as you can see.
Black.
Yeah. So here's the background on the right of one of them. As you can see, the black covers are usually messed up. And down in the left corner, you see the ISSN number, which wasn't, that's assigned to stuff such as like trades, journals, magazines. It's not something, bookstore stuff. That's not something you'd get on a comic book per se. And if you look at the left, actually, though, this is actually how it was first given out. Back in April, which would be right before that, that's when they would combine this with the harder copy of the Super Mario Brothers #1, the cardstock, and you get in a 2-pack, and there would be no price in it. So it was kind of a preview, so that you'd get the first one, and then you get the second one, and the Nintendo Comic Systems, whatever you want to call it. They called it preview guide sometimes they didn't, but whatever. Number 1 of that. And then you'd know what to buy, because it actually had a bunch of order. It was really like there's a lot of ordering, like order all 12 issues, order all the number 1s, order all the number 3s. And some of the books that were in the black trade paperback are actually like, there's 2 stories that are in the Super Mario's #1 book that came out at the same time. And a lot of the other books have been printed too. This is also one that's really cool to go after. It's kind of hard because this system's preview thing wasn't the only one they did. Like I said, there's 2 trade paperbacks that they did. There's technically 4 because there's 2 covers for each one and number 2. But even more interesting, is that too much?
There's also that weird idea though. Remember when you used to subscribe to comics? Like you can actually mail away and just one-on-one. I'm subscribing to whatever. Like
Yeah,
this
that's what
comic
the
book, and
subscriber
mail it
pages
to me.
were. Yeah, so they didn't. The actual Game Boy. It's funny because the ones that they had already printed and done were in this book. Like Zelda, Super Mario Brothers, the first series, the one you see there, Captain
Captain N and
Captain N, and I can't remember what the third one was. I think there was 4 books that you could get. Zelda, Captain N, no, Super Mario Bros. 3. Yeah, so pretty much those 3 you could order the full runs, and they actually had the covers and whatever you were going to get. Where they didn't have the Game Boy cover, which would be the 4th installment of stuff. And here now they kind of do. They have to punch out the game, but punch out wasn't a thing. So,
but then they have these stupid things. One of my LCSs near me had the Zelda and the Mario book you showed at the outset. Like those are the
Oh yeah, I got.
They had them and they weren't that expensive. I was like, you know what, I should buy them. I'm like,
They picked up in price. I mean, I think people like it. And you could still get some like 3 through 4 pretty good. I just didn't want to cover the whole thing. This, however, is a hardcover. There's 2 versions of this too. If you see this, definitely grab it. And it's kind of the similar to the TPB, right? It's almost identical, same storylines. One other book that I wanted to in the comic system say that's pretty inexpensive. I don't know why, because it's got Punch Out this month in it, and it has Dr. Mario's first cover appearance. I mean, like,
I just remember the stupid commercial for Dr. Mario. That's
all the time, dude, all the time. Which is just like a Tetris type game. But that's also, the pink's hard to get. Even in this copy, you can see over in the edge, there's a lot of damage on it. It's a brilliant, like, fuchsia type pink on it. A couple dollars here, you can get it, a couple dollars there. One you might want to look out for. And that's kind of it. I can't see anybody's comments, so I don't know if anybody had questions on any of that, but I figured that was something to, got a thumbs up. Hey.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Yeah, cool. Was never in the cartoon. No, I don't think she was in the cartoon. That they had to put her in because they had to put her into the comic book because they lost Mega Man. So that's why Pit was in there, and Pit, they changed his thing from yellow to white, but like Pitt's first, I think, would probably be in the preview.
It's Icarus.
Icarus. Well, his name's.
I know it's Icarus. I know it's
actually no. Pitt might actually his. Yeah, it would be, and so would the dog and Princess, whatever her name is, Princess.
Was the dog the Duck Hunt dog?
It's his dog, probably. I don't know.
Just his dog.
His dog. Yeah.
I also remember that there was the cartoon. I think there's VHS tapes.
There is. It's actually, dude. There's some actually really cool covers. In 2008, I think they came out with a DVD of it all too. So I think you can get the DVD of it. And they're riding a Game Boy. Everybody thinks it's a comic book cover, and it's not. It's technically the solicitation cover for the DVD art. But,
I gotcha.
Which is pretty cool. And then the rights to this stuff is all all of these are probably worth grabbing because the rights to who actually owns the rights to ever reprint this stuff is a nightmare, literally a nightmare, because you had the Capcom stuff, you had because everybody was divided up anyways, and then Nintendo, then Acclaim bought the stuff, and the original bought Valiant, as you know, because Jim Shooter shoots his wad in the year and then he's done with whatever he does. So, but yeah, so it's all up in the air, and I don't think there will be reprints. So the best option is I actually think some of those trades. There's a yellow TPB that's really cool. And then the hardcover's got, like I said, 2 different versions. I probably should have pulled up the other ones. Very hard to find though. Very, very hard to find. And with how much nostalgia games are, it's only a matter of time before people start getting onto these and collecting the whole run. So please go out there and get them before. Duke is the dog. Duke was the dog. Is Duke and Duke is the dog in Duck Hunt. So that's a yes.
So it is the dog.
So the answer is yes. Duke was his dog. Wasn't that the same dog in Duck Hunt? I believe it was, JJ.
Bayou Billy.
Bayou Billy got into the cartoon. Yeah, no. So that's just it, guys. Be on the lookout for those. I know years ago they weren't as popular. The Mario one was, and then people really got into.
Yeah, and then the Zelda one. Everybody loves.
But don't get caught on the rain in these because they are going to pick up. And I'd hate you to have to pay market for these things one day because I have a feeling video games aren't going anyplace. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and especially those.
It's a tough thing because even somebody like me, I actually have not played a real video game in ages. I don't think I played a game through the pandemic just because I haven't had time doing this stuff. but I still have that itch. Like I still want to play it, and I will play again. It's just a matter of time before I do.
Yeah, I still have 2 working Nintendos. I have a Sega that works, but the hookups are kind of tough. It's tough for the hookup conversions now for a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
I have a Super Nintendo still. I play.
I got the little the jailbroken. I got like a little jailbroken Super Nintendo that has all the games like preloaded that my brother got me. So that's something I need to let my son play that to kind of bring him in because he's going to be far behind. All the other kids are playing Fortnite and all that stuff, and he's going to be left out in the wind because he doesn't even know how to manage a 2-button controller. Like
I play soon. I play Warzone. I think through the pandemic, I switched over to Warzone, COD, that type of stuff. So I play those battle royale shooters, not the kiddie ones. Well, that one's becoming I'll be honest with you, I don't know who lets their kids play that one. But there's a lot more. I think it's people watch the.
Well, I know that's where is that where you were telling me about the lingo you were picking up? You're like, what are they talking about?
Oh yeah, they talk about all this new. What was it? Poggers.
My boy.
Pogger champs, bro. Yeah. Oh, my boy. Yeah. This kid's like, hey, my boy, and I was like, I'm sorry, who's what now? Yeah, my boy, where do you want to drop? And I was like, that's not what his voice sounded like. It was like, hey, boy, where you want to drop? I was like, oh my God, I said, did your parents know you're playing this game? And then he cursed me out. And I was like, I don't think you should be playing this game, man. Like, it's not, it just the rooms are not, it's fun to drop random. I like to drop random. Everybody yells at me a lot of times. My friends will try to invite, and I just will ignore the invites. And they're like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I was dropping randoms with squeakers." And whatever, it's fun.
Even you using lingo, I don't know what the hell you. I can figure out via context.
Squeakers are the little kids that their voice is so high.
I figured it out in context. So I'm like, man, see, I'm out.
Yeah, it's bad, man.
I'm like William Money on the farm. Like, you're bringing me back in to do one last hit, and I don't know what's going on.
My boy, yeah, I don't understand the my boy thing. I don't get it. But yeah, that and there's a couple other things. The dog water thing, I don't get either too. But whatever, I don't think you should. I think what happened was a lot of people who got popular on Fortnite as Fortnite streamers were adults, I think, and then they decided to play this game, and I think the fan base has moved over, and it might be a little bit more of a difficult game, so there's a lot of cheating going on. So, like, you can tell.
What's weird to me. That the whole mentality of streaming gameplay and watching other people play a game is just something that just
it's big, man.
I know. I mean, I kind of get it. I mean, I watch sports, and the kids of this generation don't watch sports like we used to. It's different, but it's just weird.
Pete, we're on YouTube talking about comic books and toys and video games.
Hey,
people
I know.
Watching us.
I know, but I still love comic books. So
it's a new world. I mean, it's just
talking about comic books.
I know, but it's just a new way of doing things. Like
I know.
I don't try. I'm trying to figure out how to invest in it. That's all I'm trying to figure out because it's.
I have no idea. It's the same thing like when unboxing. Like when you say it conceptually, like, why would you want to watch somebody unbox something? And then I'll watch somebody unbox something. Like every time, I'm just fascinated. Like, oh. Granted, I'm not talking about Solo taking 30 minutes to open and unbox like a statue. But
Todd McFarlane's the
greatest. But Morello opening up like a little statue, I'm down.
Yeah. No, Ruben's right. Geeks kind of rule the world now. I'll admit that when I first started watching, I would fast forward through people's gameplay to see like loadouts and stuff like that for the guns. And now every once in a while, I won't watch a whole thing, but I'll look at how certain movement is. You know what I mean? Around the maps.
No, I got you. Sometimes you need that.
It's kind of like reading the Power. It's kind of like back in the day when you'd read, Nintendo Power.
Nintendo Power, and
you see the map or whatever and plan it out.
What was the other one? Game Pro?
Yeah, Game Pro. Mm-hmm. Action.
Game Pro.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't Game Pro? Game Pro was where the yellow preview for Mario came. It wasn't Game Pro, right? Man, I think it was.
Maybe.
Anyways.
Or is that the Sonic one?
I don't know, man. Put him at
it doesn't matter.
Either way, EGM. What's EGM? I don't know what JJ's talking about. Either way, please give us a thumbs up, guys. Next week we will cover. What will we cover? Were we going to go back?
Well, I think we're good. We still have some X-Men to kind of finish up to wrap that up. We might go X-Men. Otherwise, I mean, there's like a lot of things we could cover. It's just no, we got to plan ahead.
We missed something for Astro too. We have X-Men. I think we're going to do X-Men no matter what next week, and then after that, we have to get back because there's something in my inbox from that we went comic wise that we didn't do when we were doing toys, I think. And somebody in that Astro wanted.
Oh, with the He-Man stuff. Oh, we
He-Man.
could do the He-Man, like the mini comics and like.
What did that come out this week? He-Man come out this week?
I think so. I think it did.
We probably should have done it. We'll do it next week then. All right.
Well, we could do that if you want. Again, it's our show. We can do what the hell we want.
We can do whatever we want. So we'll do a tier list next week. We actually might get back into Fight Club because we haven't done Fight Club in a little bit. So
that's true.
We got to do a little bit. We did last week. Verse. We did verse.
No, first X-Men we did. We knew to do it for second X-Men, I think. Or no, we did do it for second X-Men.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
We did. All right.
Sent me a pic. Wait, hold on. Somebody sent me a pic. Let's see if this is a pic that needs Stick Boy. Is that immediate attention? I don't know if I have enough time because the chat is behind.
Yeah. While you do that, I'll go back to what we talked about before. So anybody who is already in the chat, if you read like my IG, if you commented in the chat, I'm gonna go back. I'll make sure I get you all. You're all gonna get a bonus entry into the giveaway. Whoever's voting for the Cobra Kai books, I'm sorry to say the overwhelming response has been for the Nakayama Scarlet Witch. It's like a 3-to-1 kind of ratio, basically. It's like 30-to-10 kind of thereabouts. So it's mostly gonna be the Nakayama. It's gonna be the prize, that prize pack. But still, you're all gonna get a bonus entry for whoever commented in the live chat tonight. It doesn't matter what you said. I'm just gonna count it. I'm gonna see your name and put you down for it, and you're gonna get that bonus entry there.
Aren't you at like 730 already?
Yeah, we boosted up. I was like 729 the last I looked, so we're close to a third of the way to the next.
Okay, so make sure you guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. Make sure that are these all still in package? Stick just sent me a thing where he's got like tons. He's got like the bazooka for Super Nintendo. I don't know. Maybe I can see. Can we see what he just showed?
Well, here I'll bring you up full screen so it's a little easier to see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Kind of see that.
They look like
a great haul. That's a great haul. That is. They are the boxes. They are the boxes.
Finding box stuff has got to be tough. Oh, and for whatever reason you showing, I think I saw a Super Nintendo box in there. Chrono Trigger was another one that was like was a big one for me.
The original Nintendo system, the one where they gave Duck Hunt and the Mario Brothers, and then he's got Schlitz beer advertisement there too.
Schlitz. Schlitz makes me think of my dad's like poker games with his buddies, and I would be the kid who would stand in when somebody had to take a leak. They're like, watch my hand, Pete. Watch my hand. Like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Should I call? Should I fold? I don't know what to do. I'm 8. I shouldn't be playing with money.
So I think the non-vote for the giveaway is going to go towards the end, correct?
Oh yeah, whatever doesn't win is going to go to 1,000. It's going to go into the
be building now.
And I've already got a couple of things earmarked for that. I mean, we'll reveal as we get closer. We're still a ways away. We're only at 7:30 thereabouts. So we still got a ways to go before I get to 1,000. But it'll be worth it. It will be worth it.
I like Golden Axe too. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Stick Boys will post it on IG so everybody can check that out. Check out Stick Boy on IG. Hey, make sure you guys are watching Rennavision. And if you're not watching Rennavision, make sure you're watching Tales on Sunday because we will have the Star Wars show. We will be live again.
Yes.
So all the shenanigans will follow. We've got a lot to talk about this week. Some people thought they saw Bo-Katan in the picture. And we're going to explain why it very well may not be Bo-Katan.
It's possible. We also had I don't know if I'm going to get through the audio by then, but we do have a book to kind of discuss too. I
will be reading that book. That's the book.
We got some stuff to talk about for Star Wars this week. Definitely
have some stuff to go in and talk about Star Wars. So hopefully we'll see you there 9:05 on Sunday. Pete, what else you got going on in the channel this week?
Tomorrow. Oh, I got a new toy video. I got a new toy. I'm starting a whole new toy series again. I'm calling it the Toy Retrospective. Again, shout out to my buddy, Gary Newser. I'm kind of stealing his spective in the middle of the name there a little bit. It's a bit of an homage, but it's just going to be about toys. Before, when I was doing top 10 toys, it was all about the prices and the markets at the time. And while it was fun, I still felt it was very, I don't know, it's of the time. So I just want to talk about toys. That's the main focus of this. I just want to talk about toys. So tomorrow, check it out. I'm going to be talking about Visionaries, a personal favorite toy line of mine. I wrote about it on Toy Informer already, but I'm just going to go through the whole line, stuff that they made, stuff that they never got to make, and just talk about the toys. The values is secondary. I'll mention it a bit, but it's really just an appreciation for toys.
Whenever you want somebody to sneak on for some of that stuff, you know me.
Absolutely. Once I know what the hell I'm doing,
yeah,
absolutely. Just like once we know what we're doing here, we might have a friend or two come join us.
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
the show.
We probably could use it. No, but some of those toys are great. I love them. Even like one day we should probably do the Marks.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly why I put the 60s as one of the options. I love that Mark stuff.
Dude, the Mark stuff's great, especially like what they used it for later on and everything like that, and how many times they refaced it and reboxed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. We're just reminiscing now about that and talking about everything else. All right. So check out that. We saw Kyle in the chat. Make sure that you check out him on MCM on Saturdays. He actually got for people that are following the saga behind Unicorn. He actually got Unicorns back. And I think in 2 weeks they're going to have the guy on for that EGS grading system. Also,
I got an ash can for that book. I found in a dollar bin.
Really?
Yeah. Found the ash can for Unicorn.
Excellent. I think that's all we have. Check Pete out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Every day we got something.
Every day on Rennavision. There's always something going on in Rennavision. Thank you very much. Make sure you have all your friends and family subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Pete, I'm trying to have somebody take us out, but I guess I'm going to take us out.
I guess, well, just make sure